You're listening to an iHeart podcast.
Some stands for so others mighty, and I am a grateful beneficiary. That's how I started my journey of recovery. 15 years later, I'm gainfully employed. I moved from homelessness to a safe and secure place to owning my own home today. If these walls could talk, they would say safety.
JP Morgan Chase Community Development Banking understands that the buildings we invest in are more than just four walls. They are you. They are us. They are Washington, D.C.
Kick off summer with Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances and save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/28. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about word weavers, people who coined terms, popularized words, and even created entirely new languages. These activists, writers, artists, and scholars used language to shape ideas and give voice to experiences that once had no name. Her name is renowned in Islam, but few know who she really was. Both myth and mystic, today's Womanican gave voice to the experience of divine love. She's lauded for her selfless love of God and path to self-actualization, and eventually Sufi sainthood. But how did she get there? You'll have to decide for yourself. Let's meet Rabiʿa al-Basri. As a figure of myth, the details of Rabi'a's life are difficult to gauge. You won't find her in most Islamic biographies or histories. There are no written accounts by her or about her from her lifetime. What is known about the real woman and the remarkable spiritual icon she's come to be blurs the line between fact and fiction. It's a narrative molded by over 1,000 years of cultural construction and interpretation. We'll tell you one version. It's likely that between the years 717 and 810 CE, there was a woman by this name who lived in the city of Basra, Iraq. She was born fourth in her family, earning her the name Rabi'a, which means the fourth, and al-Basra, referring to her birthplace. Legend has it that shortly after Rabi'a's birth, the Prophet Muhammad appeared to her father in a dream and offered a premonition. This child is a great saint with spiritual gifts that will be widely desired by thousands. At some point during Rabi'a's childhood, misfortune befell her family. She became an orphan and was sold into the slave trade. Day in and day out, she was forced to complete tireless labor. But by the dawn of dusk, she turned to prayer, hoping to change her circumstances. One night, her slave owner overheard her devotions. He listened as she told God that to obey him was the truest desire of her heart, that she'd be unceasing in her service to him if she were not enslaved. Despite this, she'd continue to pray to him and be in his service. She'd look upon God for acceptance, favor, and mercy. The slave owner watched Rabi'a as she prayed and noticed that just above her head, a faint light had appeared, emanating from the darkness, resembling a halo. This, he thought, was a divine sight. It's possible that this glorious light could have just been a lamp hanging beside Rabi'a. Whether overly pious or simply frightened, the slave owner decided that he no longer wanted Rabi'a in his home. He awoke the next day and offered Rabi'a her freedom. On the heels of Rabi'a's freedom, the saintly story turns into a choose-your-own adventure. Path 1, a life of sin. Newly free and tempted by the world around her, Rabi'a indulged in drinking and partying. Days were obscured into nights, and while she took many partners, she longed for real love. These pastimes were merely a distraction, and she often asked God for forgiveness. Path 2, the model of virtue. Rabi'a led an ascetic life and was terrified of sin. Her steadfast prayers were second to none, with a willingness to submit to God that others found unprecedented. She restricted how much she ate and slept. She was celibate, and it was all in an effort to please God. I'll let you decide which life Rabi'a led at this time, but eventually both of these paths converged, with Rabi'a living a life immersed in prayer. She even made a pilgrimage to Mecca, which continues as a sacred ritual in the Islamic faith today. Throughout the remainder of her life, Rabi'a chose to be secluded. She strived to maintain an intimacy and closeness with God. She's believed to have said, "My peace is in solitude, but my beloved God is always with me." As she grew older, her health declined. When asked if she'd like medical attention, she replied that she needed no doctor, only God's acceptance. She's said to have died in 801 CE. It's said that this dedication, the will to be fully absorbed in her faith, is how she achieved the pinnacle of the mystic path and became cemented as a Sufi saint. Now, while Sufism is an aspect of Islam, it's not a separate sect. Historically, Sufism is practiced not only through devout rituals of prayer, fasting, and charity, but also as a distinctive spiritual experience. Rabi'a chose God as her beloved, and her total reverence to faith through love set forth the tenet of Sufism called Ishq-e-Haqeeqi, or divine love. The relationship between God and worshipper as love, or the likening to God as love, is often expressed by Sufi mystics through poetry. Though the many poems attributed to her are of unknown origin, Rabi'a is regarded as a prolific poet. Today, Rabi'a is well respected as one of the first women to attain Sufi sainthood. In modern Islamic culture, it's customary to dub a pious Muslim woman Rabi'a. Her life and legend continues to unravel as a mystery. But Rabi'a's path to divine love has always been shrouded in mysticism. It's one of the reasons why people connect with her so deeply today, and part of how she achieved such spiritual prowess. In her own alleged words, "You know of the how, but I know of the how less." All month, we're talking about word weavers. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
You don't want vacation to end, but with Amex Platinum, it doesn't have to just yet. You can sit back and relax at the airport with Centurion Lounge access. And because you earn 5 times membership rewards points on prepaid hotels and more booked through AmexTravel.com, your trip to the beach and back can take you somewhere different next time.
We should go to Thailand.
That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withAmex.
Some stands for so others might eat, and I am a grateful beneficiary. That's how I started my journey of recovery. 15 years later, I'm gainfully employed. I moved from homelessness to a safe and secure place to owning my own home today. If these walls could talk, they would say safety.
JP Morgan Chase Community Development Banking understands that the buildings we invest in are more than just 4 walls. They are you. They are us. They are Washington, D.C.
You're listening to an iHeart podcast.